So hello everyone, my name is Mathilde and I'm gonna guide you through a Rocket 3 yoga class today. Before we begin, I'm gonna ask you if there's any injury I have to be notified about, so let me know so we can work through this and not injure yourself more and just protect your body, listen to it. It's gonna be all about that today. And before we begin, feel free to have a block with you at all times. It's gonna be good for a lot of postures, even like if you don't think you need it, just grab a book or something that can help you. And we're gonna begin in a simple cross-legged position. You can bring your palms on your knees. If this position doesn't work for you, you can also sit on your heels like that. Just any position. So we're gonna start by grounding ourselves. You can close your eyes and just start to breathe in and out. We're gonna just start by inhaling for 5 breaths and exhaling through the mouth. So inhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and exhale through the mouth, letting all the tensions go away. We're gonna do that 2 more times. So inhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and exhale. And we're gonna do that just 1 more time on your own. Just letting all the tensions go. You can inhale all the positive, all the nice things you have in your life, and just big exhale all the things you no longer want in your life. And once that's done, we're gonna start by coming to our Ujjayi Pranayama breath. A nice way to think about it is to really construct the back of the throat. So you're gonna inhale and exhale with the nose, just starting to have longer breath. Inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so now that our breath is a little bit slower, I will invite you to keep this rhythm of your breath throughout your practice, and maybe just in the difficult time of this practice, just come back to your breath. It's going to be your guide. And maybe today placing an intention for our practice. So an intention can be a person or maybe an emotion that you want to focus on. Just thinking about it for a few breaths. Maybe if you want to dedicate your practice to someone, it's a good time to do it. And blinking the eyes open, we're gonna start by coming on all fours. So in your tabletop position, we just want to stretch through our wrists before we begin. So make sure that your knees are aligned with your hips and that your wrists are aligned with your shoulders. And we're gonna bring the wrists facing the sides of the mat. So if it's too much for you today, just don't go too far. You can just create a little angle. You don't have to do the full thing. But if you're there, then you're gonna start rocking side to side with the wrists. Just putting a bit of weight in them, starting to wake them up. It's be a good thing because there's going to be a lot of vinyasas, a lot of chaturangas, so it's a nice thing to just stretch them a little bit before we begin. And if you're fine there, I'm gonna give you the option of just like really rotating the wrists facing you. So it's a really intense stretch, so feel free to just stay where you are. And same thing, you're gonna just rock side to side, really use your core, use your legs to not put too much pressure on the wrists. Just rocking a little bit. And we're gonna come back, sit on the heels and just shake it up for a few breaths. Making wrist rolls with your fists. And coming back, this time we're gonna bring the palms of the hands just facing the sky, the ceiling, and the back of the hands on the mat. Same thing, it's really intense. Don't feel like you have to go all the way, you can just lift the wrist a little bit, and if you can, if you want to, you can bring all the back of the hands on the mat. And same thing, engage through your core to just not put all the weight on the wrists. And same thing, you can move a little bit side to side. Even for me, this is intense today, so see, I'm leaning back a little bit, like I'm not in proper tabletop. Feel free to just use any variation of the pose you want to. And one more breath, inhale. Exhale, release on the heels. Shake it up, shake it up. Little rolls. And we're gonna come back to our tabletop. Hands are shoulder distance apart. You're gonna tuck the toes behind and lift your hips up to your first downward facing dog. So first, we're gonna keep the knees bent just to make sure that our spine is straight. So what you're gonna do is really bring the belly towards the thighs. You wanna really press in your hands, so your middle fingers are facing the top of your mat, and you're gonna breathe here for a few breaths. Inhale, exhale. Last inhale like that, and exhale. You can straighten a leg and then the other, maybe pedaling up a little bit on the middle, just walking your dog. You can take any movement, maybe shaking the hips from side to side, just waking the body up, whatever feels good. One more breath, inhale, and big exhale, straighten your back. And we're gonna look forward and just step toes after toes to the top of the mat. And I'm gonna take that off because I'm already warm. Okay, so we are at the top of the mat. We're gonna inhale here, look forward, exhale, fold. So here I'm not like folding all the way down, just making sure that my back is pretty straight and engaging through your bandhas. So Mula Bandha over the pelvic floor and Uddiyana Bandha over the chest. Just engaging here, making sure you're not passive in the pose. And inhale, you can micro-bend your knees, coming up, looking up at your thumbs, and exhale, Samastitihi. So for Samastitihi, you don't want to be like all curled up like that. You really want to tug the tailbone under. So making sure that you engage through your bandhas. Again, you want to roll your shoulder back, and you want to look forward, so your drishti is really just forward. You're not like looking up or looking down. And we're gonna do our sun salutations today. So inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, look a little bit in front of your mat. And exhale, plank pose. We're gonna do our first Chaturanga. So coming onto the knees, we're gonna keep our hands shoulder distance apart, just shifting forward a little bit, then bending the elbows so we can bring the chest and the chin on the mat for a little Cobra. Inhale here, Cobra. So here you really want to drive your shoulders back and use your back strength to lift you up. So it's not like really only on the wrists, you want to protect everything, so use your shoulder and use especially your back strength. And exhale, coming back to tabletop, tucking the toes and coming back to downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. So inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, that's 2. Inhale, exhale, that's 3. Inhale, exhale, 4. And inhale, get ready. Come on your tippy toes. Exhale, bend the knees. And next, inhale, step or jump to the front of your mat. A halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, Samasthiti. Coming back. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Halfway lift. Exhale. Doing our Chaturanga. So you can repeat the same thing or you can take your full Chaturanga. So for that, you're gonna shift forward so that your shoulders are aligned with the wrists, and you're gonna bend the elbows. Pause here and then inhale, roll over your toes. Here you really want to micro bend the elbows and lift your chest using your legs and using your core to lift up. Don't use only the wrists. And then roll over, downward facing dog. 5 breaths. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, that's 2. Inhale, exhale, that's 3. Inhale, exhale, that's 4. Last inhale, get ready. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, come on up, come on the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, Samasthiti. We're doing that one more time. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, Chaturanga, your variation. So if it's your full Chaturanga, shifting. Exhaling, coming down, pausing, inhale. Up dog, so micro bending the knees, keeping the shoulders away from the ears. You can bring your feet maybe more apart if you want to protect your lower back a little bit more. And exhale, downward dog. 5 breaths. Inhale, exhale. Inhale for 2, exhale. Inhale, 3. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last inhale, get ready. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, come forward. Halfway lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, Samasthiti. Second sun salutation. So we're gonna bend the knees, brush the floor with the fingertips. Come to your chair pose. Here, really tuck the tailbone under, don't curve. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, Chaturanga. So you can do the same. coming onto the knees or just taking a full chaturanga. If you come to the knees, you're going to shift forward, bring chest, chin on the floor. Inhale, Cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Here, bringing the left foot at a 45-degree angle, coming and bringing the right foot in front, lifting up for warrior one, making sure that your hips are closed here, and they're not like open, they're really facing the front of your mat, and they're like aligned, they're squared, so warrior one, exhale, hands on the mat, chaturanga, bend the elbow, inhale up, micro bend the knees, the elbow, sorry, and inhale, bringing this time the left foot forward, the right foot is a 45-degree angle, inhale up, hips are squared and closed, exhale, hands on the mat, chaturanga, your variation, inhale up, exhale, downward facing dog, 5 breaths here, inhale, exhale, inhale for 2, exhale, inhale 3, exhale. Make sure you're straightening the spine, so each inhale you lengthen, each exhale you're bringing the belly toward the side. That's our last inhale, get ready, exhale, bend the knees, inhale, come forward, halfway lift, exhale, Dandasana, and bend the knees, come back to your chair pose, exhale, Samasthiti. Second side, inhale, chair pose, going up, exhale, hands on the floor, inhale, up, we lift, exhale, Chaturanga, Dandasana, exhale, bend the elbows, inhale up, and exhale, use your core to roll over to your downward facing dog. Left foot at a 45-degree angle, come back to your warrior one, hips squared, look up, exhale, Chaturanga, inhale, up dog, exhale, down dog, this time right foot, 45-degree angle, come to warrior one, inhale, exhale, Chaturanga, your variation, bend the elbows, inhale, up dog, micro bends, use your core, use the legs, use the core to roll over to your downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale, inhale for 2, exhale, inhale 3, exhale, inhale, exhale, last inhale, get ready, exhale, bend the knees, inhale, come forward, exhale, fold, chair pose, inhale, come on up, look up, exhale, Samasthiti. One more time, chair pose, inhale, exhale, fold, inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, exhale, Chaturanga, I'm doing the knees, exhale, chest, chin, inhale, Cobra, use your back strength, and exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot on the floor, right foot forward, warrior one, hips are squared, lift up through your Mula Bandha, so really lifting, not like collapsing. Use your bandhas to keep the chest active. Exhale, Chaturanga, lift forward, bend the elbows, inhale, up dog, exhale, down dog, right foot 45-degree angle, left foot forward, inhale up, hips are closed, exhale, Chaturanga, inhale up, micro bend the elbows, Exhale, down dog. 5 breaths here. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, 3, exhale. Inhale, 4, exhale. Last inhale, get ready. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, come forward. Halfway lift. Exhale, down. And we're gonna inhale, come into your chair pose, so transitioning here in our sun salutation. See, we're gonna stay here for 3 breaths and making sure that the knees don't come above the tippy toes. Staying here for 3 breaths, making sure you're not curling the tailbone, just tucking it under. That's 2. Exhale for 2, inhale 3, and then exhale, you're gonna cross the fingers, bring the palms forward and come to your half chair. Keeping the same things here, your hips are just like coming towards parallel to the mat. Inhale 2, exhale, inhale 3, and exhale, bring the feet to mat distance apart, so like wider than shoulder distance apart, and bring your hips down for Malasana Squats. So for here you can sit on the block if it feels most comfortable for you, and you can come to your crow pose, Dandasana. So if you want to come to crow, I'm coming back because the sun is annoying me. You're gonna bring the hands about 50 centimeters in front of the feet, and you're gonna bring the knees on top of your elbows, making shells on your arms, and looking forward, like not in between your hands. You're just slowly gonna lift. Maybe 1 foot, maybe 2 of them, and stay here. Or you can stay in your Malasana if it feels better. Just keeping 3 breaths here. Inhale for 2, exhale. If you're in your Malasana and you want to spice things up a little bit, you can bring your hands on the floor, keeping the alignment of your back, so still lifting through your shoulders and back, and extending the right arm. Looking at your thumb. Maybe you stay here. Maybe if you even want to spice things up more, you can take a bind, still looking up. And coming back on the other side. If you're in your crow, you can stay here, you can come back into Malasana, maybe taking the bind, and coming back to center. If you're in your crow and you're still there, come to Chaturanga, Dandasana, so shifting forward, bending the elbows, inhaling, up dog, exhaling, using the core to roll over, downward facing dog. Breathing here, and starting with our right side. So left foot at a 45-degree angle, right foot forward, coming to your warrior 1. So hips closed, inhale here, and then exhale, you're gonna bring the left foot at a 90-degree angle from the right one, opening the hips, and then bending the knee. But the open hips is the priority here. And you're gonna extend the arms, so like if someone was pushing you from both sides. Inhaling here, exhaling. Next inhale, we're gonna straighten the right leg, and then exhale, come forward, reach forward until you cannot longer, and coming back. for triangle pose, looking up. 2 breaths, inhale here, exhale. Last inhale, exhale, bringing the left arm down. Here we can take the block, well actually I'm gonna use it. You can bring the left foot a little bit forward because we will want the hips to be squared. Another option is to bring the right foot a little bit more on the right. That will help you to square the hips. And from here, you're gonna keep your right hand on the lower back. Well, that helps me a lot to square my hips. And you're gonna bring the left hand on the block. If it's too low, you can obviously bring it a little bit further up, a little bit further down. Okay, actually that works really well for me. And looking behind your right shoulder. Inhale here, exhale. Last inhale, you can put the right arm up and then exhale, bring it down. You're gonna bring the left foot further back to your warrior 2 legs, and you're gonna bring the left hand next to the right hand next to the right foot, extending the left arm for extended side angle. Inhale here. You can bind if you feel like it. Just take any variation you want. And exhale, bring the left arm down. We're gonna come to a low lunge. So here we want the ankle to be aligned with the knee and the hips still squared. And using your Mula Bandhas, not like collapsing. You really want to lift up, lift the hands up, looking up. That's just a transition here. And exhale, bring your hands to prayer position and twist. So maybe bringing the left elbow towards the left knee, looking back. You can stay here if you feel like it. You can even lift up, just keeping the hips squared. So the hips are on one line. Just in the variation that works for you. Last inhale here. Exhale, hands to the floor. Chaturanga, Dandasana, shifts forward. Exhale. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Okay, so we're gonna bring the knees on the floor and preparing for our Pranayama. There's gonna be a lot of options so you don't feel left out. If Pincha is not in your practice, actually I cannot do it without a wall, so I'm not gonna properly do it today, but if it's in your practice, I'm gonna guide you through it. First step is to measure the elbows. So you want to grab them and place them on the floor. And for any beginners who don't want to practice it today, you can come to puppy pose. So keeping the hips aligned with the knees. You're not going to use this arm option. You're just going to bring the palm further away, maybe in the corner of your mat, and just drop the chest, drop the chin towards the mat. That's a really great way to open the shoulders, which is going to be really helpful for Pincha. So if you feel good there, then stay there. Just releasing. And if you want to come further, measuring the elbows, bringing the palm on the floor. You really want the fingers to really be parallel to the sides of the mat. Excuse me. Yeah. And then from here, you're gonna lift the hips up. So here you can see this is really wide. So if I want to come to pincha, it's going to be really difficult for me to lift. And what you want to practice in your dolphin pose is walking the foot forward. And from here you can take dolphin push-ups by bringing, the chest forward and back. And if pincha is in your practice, you can lift one leg and kick up. Staying here for 10 breaths, do your variation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Coming back on the knees, and just taking our Chaturanga. So plank pose, shift forward, exhale down, inhale, up dog, exhale down dog. Left side, so inhale, lift the left leg, exhale left foot in between our hands, right foot at a 45-degree angle. Inhale, come on up, warrior one. Lifting through the chest, shoulders. Exhale, warrior two, the hips are opened. Gaze forward. Inhale here, exhale. Next, inhale, straighten the left leg. Hips are still open, so they're on one line. And exhale, reach until you can any longer. And once you're there, you can release. And you can place your hand on the leg, on the ankle. You can reach for your big toe if you want to. Look forward, look up on your thumbs. Inhale, foot one, exhale. Inhale, two, exhale, look down, bringing the right foot forward, bending the left knee, and bringing the right foot a little further, coming to a Revolve Triangle. Keeping the block here, bringing the left hands on the hip. You can bring the left foot a little bit further away, that works better. Looking up, the sun is blinding me, or bringing the left hands and looking up. Don't look down like me, I just can't look up because the sun is shining in my face. Inhale for two, and exhale, release the left hand, bend the knee, come back to your warrior two legs, and extend the right hand above your head so that you make one big line from the right foot to the right hand, side angle. You can take a bind if that sounds good. Just remember to not collapse. If you're collapsing, don't take the bind. You really want to lift up the chest and shoulders. And exhale, release. Bring the right knee on the mat, untug the toe, and come back to your low lunge. Inhale here, nice transition. Exhale, arms and hands in between, in front of your heart. Twisting, looking back for your revolve side ankle. All the options available. You can lift the knee off the floor if you like it. I'll stay here. And next, exhale, release, hands on the mat. Chaturanga, Dandasana. Exhale, bend. Inhale, up dog. Using the core and the legs. Exhale, roll over, downward dog. Okay, pincha, Malasana, second time. Choose your option. You can come back into your puppy stretch, like we did before. And you can measure the elbows, bringing the hands on the floor, and just really thinking of like not collapsing. So that's the first thing to remember in this posture. And you can do it like right now in this first step is that really lifting up. So see, now I'm like feeling really strong. If someone would push me, I can resist. If you're like that, someone pushes you, then you collapse. So lift up, tuck the toes, lift your hips, and you can walk, 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 and take the variation you want. 1, dolphin push-ups, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bringing the knees down and coming to our Chaturanga. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And from this down dog, we're gonna come to the back of our mat. So you can come to our tippy fingertips, and just take a little bit of pushes and just whoosh the back of your mat. And you're gonna take a hold of your big toes. Here a micro bend in the knees, perfectly fine. And you're gonna inhale, look forward, exhale, bend the elbows. And stretching here. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, last exhale. Now look up, and you're gonna come with your palms underneath your feet. If that's in your practice, of course. Otherwise, you can stay in the first variation. If you can do it, you can just grab onto your ankles. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Engaging femora bandha, keeping the belly active. Exhale for 2. Inhale for 3. Exhale for 3. Inhale, look forward. You can bring your hands back and bending the elbows, grabbing opposites. Bending the knees and grabbing opposite elbows and a little bit shaking side to side, relaxing the head, no tension in the neck. And releasing here, we're gonna come back up, one vertebrae at a time. Head is the last thing to come back. And from here, you're gonna try and practice our balance a little bit. We're gonna come on our tippy toes. So that's a hard one. I struggle, but that's good. And we're gonna bring the arms up. So keeping the tailbone tucked. Once you find your balance, so your drishti is at one point. Don't let it go. We're just gonna tiptoe our way slowly to the top of your mat. Slow, slow, slow. You want to keep your balance. So, as long as you do that, the number of steps don't matter. Just take your time. Engaging the core. And once you're there, exhale, release. Coming to Samastitihi. One breath here, exhale. Next inhale, we're gonna bring the right foot. Okay, I'm gonna stand on the other side so you can see better. We're gonna bring the left foot further away from the right one. I'm gonna say maybe a meter apart. And they're facing the short sides of the mat. You're gonna bring the hands on your hips. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold. Coming into our Prasarita A, you're gonna bring the hands on the floor, and you want the toes to be aligned with your fingertips. Inhale here. Exhale, bring the head towards the floor. If tripod headstand is in your practice, feel free to bring the head on the floor and lift up to headstand. We're here for 3 breaths. Inhale, exhale. Inhale 2, exhale. Inhale 3, exhale. Last inhale, bringing the hands on the hips, coming up, looking up. Second Prasarita, keeping the hands on the hips, coming down. We're keeping the hands here, but we're not collapsing. We're really using the bandhas to come down. And the arms are very active too. The shoulders are active, the legs are active. You're not hanging there. Inhale 2, exhale. Last inhale, exhale. Next inhale, coming up. Prasarita C, crossing the fingers on your back. Inhale, lift, and exhale, come down. Inhale here, exhale. Inhale for 2, exhale. Inhale 3, exhale. And inhale, come forward, come on up. Release the fingers, you can roll your wrist a little bit. For the last Prasarita, keeping the hands on the hips. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold. Bring the hands on the legs and grab a hold of the big toes. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bring the head toward the floor. Inhale, exhale. Inhale for 2, exhale. Last inhale, exhale. Inhale. Staying here, we're not going to come back up. We're going to bring the hands on the floor and driving the feet more further away from each other until you can no longer I slided, that was a bit too much. And if you need to, you can bring the hands a little bit further. You can come onto your elbows if that's in your practice. You can rock a little bit further and back, forward and back. Staying here for 3 breaths. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, that's 2. Exhale. Last inhale and exhale. On the next inhale, coming back up on the hands, and we're gonna shift to the back of the mat. So bringing the right knee on the floor, just rotating. That's not a very graceful transition, but it's fine. We're gonna come back to our low lunge. So making sure, like earlier, that the knee is aligned with the ankle. You can stay here in your Vinyasa, your low lunge. You can otherwise untuck the toes and maybe lifting the knee up. Yes, it's burning. Stay here for 1 more inhale. Exhale, release. And keeping things a little bit interesting here, we can bring the right palm on the floor, keeping the alignment here, and maybe bending the knee, bending the right knee, and bringing the foot closer to the ends. So the foot has to come closer. You shouldn't be like crawling to get it, you know. like it comes closer, you grab it, otherwise you can stay in your low lunge. And with this squat stretch, you can stay here, you can lower on your form. Just make sure you're not rolling on one side, you know. Not rolling on the left foot, it's keeping its alignment. Last inhale, exhale, release. From here, coming to our Hanumanasana, half split. So you can stay here, the hips are on one line, the foot is flexed, the leg is active. If you feel like it's enough of a stretch on the hamstring, stay here, or you can progress further in your pose. Just making sure you're not overstraining yourself and working on squaring the hips. I know mine are not super squared, so work on that. Taking a few more breaths here. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, coming up, slow, 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 slow. Your transition are as important as the poses. And we're just gonna reverse the other direction. So coming back to our low lunge, facing the top of the mat. So you can extend here, or you can untuck the toe and lifting the knee. One more inhale, exhale, release. Left hand next to the right foot, maybe bending the knee, coming to get the foot. Looking forward, you can stay here, or come on the elbow. One more inhale, and exhale, release. You can extend the right leg to your half split. Maybe staying here, maybe progressing into your split pose. Keeping the alignments, working with the breath, maybe coming back to your intention. Inhale and exhale. Coming back up and actually coming back to the middle. So we're gonna come back to this position. The legs are wider than hip distance apart. And first we're gonna bring the palm of the hands facing behind us. And the further you can reach, you're gonna do that just for a few breaths, engaging through your bandhas. You can see here, the core is very important. Last inhale and exhale. Okay, so for this one, you can choose to keep the hands facing back, or you can bring them facing forward. I prefer this variation, that's for you to see. And from here, bringing the shoulders back, bringing the palms on the mat, and trying to really bring the feet forward. You can bring them on top of the other. I find that to be a little bit easier as well. And then lifting up. You can stay here. You can extend the legs if you want to, any variation. And bringing the feet down, bringing the hands forward, just releasing that tension a little bit. And we're gonna sit into our middle stretch. So first, we're gonna really make sure that our legs are super engaged. And we're gonna inhale up, exhale, bringing the palm forward, keeping the toes facing up. Make sure that your back is straight. Inhale here, exhale. Maybe coming a bit further with the hands, coming a bit deeper in the pose. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more inhale, exhale. Next inhale, come back. This time we're gonna face the right leg. Inhale, look up. Exhale, stretch. Inhale, other side. Exhale, facing the left foot. I'm not going super far because I want my spine to stay a bit straighter. Inhale up. And okay, we're gonna practice our arm balance engagement. So I'm not gonna ask you to do an arm balance if that's not in your practice. However, if it is, feel free to do that. We're gonna bring our hands on both parts of the leg. Here you can use blocks if you want to, just bringing one block next to each part of your thigh. And we're gonna bring them like that. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, coming forward. So really engaging through your core. You should feel it. And from here, you're gonna inhale, press up, lift the hips up. Inhale here. Exhale, release. We're gonna repeat that on the other side. If you want to practice that and then maybe lift the foot up, please do it. That's your practice. And for the other side, so we're squaring the chest toward the foot as much as possible, bringing the hands on both parts of the leg. Inhale here, exhale forward, and lift up. Inhale, exhale, one more inhale, exhale down, releasing the wrists and coming back to our downward facing dog, actually to a plank. We're going to do Vinyasa. So coming back to plank, exhale Chaturanga, inhale up dog, using the core, micro bending the elbows, exhale down dog. Inhale here, exhale bend the knees, come forward, inhale halfway, exhale fold, inhale come on up, exhale Samasthiti. Okay, so several options here. You can inhale, lift the arms up, and you're gonna take either your elbows on your back, or you can take your hands to reverse prayer position if that's available to you. Don't overstrain your wrists and your elbows if you don't feel like it. And from here, don't curve. I know it's like easier to do when you're in that position, but just engage through your core and lift, staying with the left foot towards the front of the mat. We're going to step the right foot back, pivoting so that the hips are squared. We're going to come to our pyramid pose. Inhale here, exhale, fold. So you want the hips to be squared. If you feel like you don't have any balance here, please feel free to bring the right foot a bit further on the right. And looking forward, or looking at the knee, if you feel like it's not making you round too much. Inhale for 2, exhale. Last inhale, exhale. Inhale, coming all the way up and just rotating here. Coming to the front of our mat. Inhale here, exhale, fold. Inhale, exhale, hips are squared and closed. Inhale for 2, exhale. Inhale for 3, exhale. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, come back and release the wrists. You can shake them out. Ooh, that's intense. Okay, so staying on the front of your mat, I'm gonna come facing you so you can see me better. We're gonna take our balancing pose, which is Ashtanga and Vinyasa. We're gonna grab a hold of the big toe. You can stay here if you feel like it works better for you today, or you can extend the right foot forward for 5 breaths. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, 3, exhale. Inhale, 4, exhale. Last inhale, exhale. On the next inhale, you can open the right leg to the side. The knee can stay bent. Inhale, exhale. You can use a strap actually also. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, that's 3. Exhale. Inhale, 4. Exhale. Last inhale. And then exhale, bring the leg forward. Lift everything up using the core, using the leg. Inhale, 1. Inhale, 2. Exhale. Coming to our Ujjayi Dandasana on the other side. So grabbing a hold of the big toe, you can stay here. Or you can extend. Inhale, 1. Exhale. Inhale for 2, exhale. Inhale for 3, exhale. Inhale for 4, exhale. Inhale for 5. And you can open to the side. Inhale, 1, exhale. Inhale for 2, exhale. Inhale for 3, exhale. Inhale for 4, exhale. Last inhale. Drishti on 1 point, exhale, come forward. Lifting the leg, 5 breaths, inhale, exhale. Inhale 2, exhale. Inhale 3, you can do it, exhale. Inhale 4, exhale, last inhale, and release. Okay, shake up a little bit. Excuse me, setting a little timer. And coming on the top of your mat, inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, Chaturanga, bending the elbows. Inhale up. Exhale, downward facing dog. From here, we're gonna jump and sit, coming to our sitting sequence, starting with Dandasana. So keeping the hips, like bringing them really on the floor. We're gonna bring the hands next to the hips, and from here you really want to push on the floor to lift up, to lift the chest. So you want to really engage, not collapse. Engage, drishti forward, and you want to maybe lift up the heels, just really engaging through your core. And it seems like an easy pose, but it's not, it's really hard. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, 2, exhale. Inhale, 3, exhale, release. And inhale here, fingertips to the sky. Exhale, Paschimottanasana. So here, I'm not gonna release my head because I feel like it's helping me to have a straighter back and actually engage my bandhas more, but feel free to do it if it doesn't make you round. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, 2, exhale. Inhale, 3, exhale. Next inhale, coming up if you're down, and maybe grabbing the opposite sides of the foot. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fall a bit further, engaging through your Mula and Ujjayi bandhas. With each inhale, straighten. Exhale, come back a little bit further in the posture. Inhale for 2, exhale. Inhale for 3, exhale. And release. Inhale, bringing the fingertips facing the front of your mat behind your hips. You're gonna lift your hips up, looking back. Purvottanasana. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale for 2, inhale, exhale, 3, release. Coming back, the top of your mat, Vinyasa. Plank pose, exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, roll over your toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Jumping forward, coming to our hero pose. So this is a bit of a tricky one. I'm going to start with the other side. I start with the bending the right leg. I'm just doing this one so you can see me better. And you're going to bring the foot next to your hip. So, and bring the, I don't know how to call that in English, but that's okay. Bring that away so it doesn't bother your knee too much. If it's too much on the knee, because that can be an intense one, stay in your Paschimottanasana. Otherwise you can maybe bring the knee a bit further, that can help. Otherwise, if you're fine with it, staying here, maybe coming on the elbows and just keeping the hips on one side, on one line, just not collapsing. If you're fine, come on your back. Maybe bring the elbows, the hands further back. Inhale for 2, exhale. Inhale for 3, exhale. And coming back on the elbows, lifting up, bringing your alignment back, hips on one line, not collapsing. Inhale up, exhale, come forward. Here, same thing, I'm keeping my drishti to my toes because I don't want to round. Activating the bandhas. Inhale 2, exhale. Last inhale, exhale. Next inhale, come on up, doing the other side. So we're reversed, but to the side you just didn't do. Keeping the same options. One side can be completely different than the other, especially with the knees. So do whatever feels good. You can stay here, come in the forms, or all the way to the back. Inhale for 1. Exhale. Keeping the leg that is straight, really engaged. Don't let it collapse. Inhale 2, exhale. Inhale 3, exhale. And inhale, coming up onto the hands. Inhaling, just lifting the hands and exhaling, forward. Taking a few breaths here. Exhale 2. Inhale, last one. Exhale. Inhale up. Bring the feet together. Take your vinyasa. Plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And come to seating. Gonna take Malasana. So bringing the right foot closer next to your left thigh. You can help yourself with the left hand, bringing the right hand forward, maybe circling the knee. You can grab a strap if you need one, or you can take a bind and staying here or coming forward. Inhale 1, exhale. Inhale 2, exhale. Inhale 3, exhale. Inhale, coming up. Taking Malasana 3 this time. So I'm helping myself with the hands. Inhale, lift the left arm and gonna press the left elbow against the knee, the opposite knee. You can stay here, that's the first option. You can circle the knee and maybe take a bind. You can use a strap. Inhale for 1, exhale. Inhale for 2, exhale. Keeping the chest up, don't collapse. Inhale for 3, exhale. And coming back, taking Malasana 1 and 3 on the other side. Same thing, helping myself with the right hand. Inhale up, exhale, circle the knee. Stay here or come forward. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, coming up. And Malasana 3, bringing the elbow against the knee, staying here, or maybe taking a bind if that's good for you. And release. I went to close the blinds because I couldn't see anything. So taking a vinyasa, plank pose, exhale chaturanga, inhale up dog, using the core, exhale downward facing dog, and jumping onto your mat. Gonna take Navasana. Get excited. Sitting on your hips, you're gonna lift up your feet. You can stay here, maybe extend the legs. for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, keeping the chest up, bringing the feet on the floor, bringing the hands next to the hips, lifting up. You can lift the feet if you feel like it's working for you. Coming back at it. Keep extending through chest. 1, 2, lift up, 3, 4, 5. Come back. Lift the hips. Doing it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, one last one. Lifting the hips. Coming back down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. Come back to your plank pose and take a vinyasa. Extend chaturanga. Inhale up dog. Micro bend the knee, the elbows. Exhale down dog. And jumping to your Baddha Konasana. So bringing the feet like facing each other. You can bring the hands underneath the feet. And for the first few breaths, lifting up, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last inhale like that, and on the next exhale, coming back further down. Inhale, so it's not a big deal if you round up here. Exhale 2. Inhale, exhale 3, and inhale, coming back up. And from here, taking a vinyasa. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. From this down dog, just ripple forward into your plank pose. And we're gonna stay, my hair, in this plank pose. So making a big line with your head, from your head to your heels. Staying here, drishti on the top of your mat. Inhale 1, exhale. Inhale 2, exhale. Inhale 3, exhale. Next inhale, we're gonna shift everything to the right, so your right hand supports everything. Inhale, exhale 1, shoulders aligned with the wrist. Inhale, exhale 2, inhale, exhale 3, coming back in the middle, shifting to the other side. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, last inhale, exhale, and from here taking the vinyasa. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, roll over your toes, engage the core, engage the belly. Exhale, down dog. And coming, jumping forward, sitting. We're gonna do our back bends. So we're gonna stay seated like that, and we're gonna lower vertebrae by vertebrae. Really slowly, very, very slow, and coming on your back. I'm gonna give you a lot of options so that you can find something that works for you. You can bring the heels next to you can touch your heels with the hands, and the knees and the hips are aligned. You're gonna inhale, lift the hips, You're staying here, or you can interlace your fingers and really pressing on your shoulders so you can lift up. Inhale, exhale. Inhale for 2, exhale. Inhale for 3, exhale, lower. For your second bridge, you can do the same thing, or you can take a wheel. For wheel pose, you want to bring the hands facing the front of your mat, but you're just like doing this movement, so you can place them facing the ceiling, and then you continue the movement. Bringing them next to the ears, and from here you want to make sure you're going to really engage in your legs, so your feet are really on the floor, like really strongly. And on the next inhale, you're going to press everything up and come into your wheel. Inhale for 1. Keep the arms engaged. Exhale. Inhale for 2. Exhale. Inhale for 3. Exhale. And release. You can bring your knees to your chest for 1 breath. And we're going to do 1 more back bend. You can choose your option. Coming to wheel again, or bridge pose. I'm going to take wheel again. So hands next to your ears. Lift up. And you can play around. Maybe shifting forward and back. Inhale 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. And exhale. Release. Down. Bring your knees to your chest. And coming back, you can use the hands to lift up. We'll take a counter pose, Danasana. This one is going to be very passive, so it doesn't matter if you round. I'm going to bring the hands on the foot and just release the head. So it's good if you round. Just release your head. No tension on the neck. One more inhale here. Exhale. And releasing. We're gonna take 1 inversion to finish this class. If you're a traditional Ashtangi and you want to finish with headstand, that's an option. If you want to do shoulder stand, that's an option as well. I think I'm going to guide you through headstand because that's usually something people want to work on. So measuring the elbows, you're going to bring them on the floor, interlacing the fingers, and that's going to be a tripod. So you want this base to be really strong, like we did earlier for pincha. You want this to be really lifted up. And from here, you're going to bring your head in between your hands and walk until you cannot any longer. And from here, you can lift up. Lift the knees and then come on up. And engaging through your core to find that alignment. Sitting here and coming back the same way we came, bending the knees. And slowly coming down and taking a child's pose. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And inhale, coming up. And we're gonna set for Shavasana, our final resting pose. So you want to get on your back, to lay down and take up space. The hands and legs, really let the weight just disappear here. You can take a big inhale with the nose, exhale through your mouth, letting all the tensions go away. This big, strong practice you just did. And let the peace, the calm, flow through you like waves. Being still, embracing the silence, the peace, and staying here for a few minutes. Starting to bring back some movement, maybe shaking the head side to side, maybe rolling the wrists, shaking the tippy toes, and inhaling, bring stretch up, maybe coming to one side, making a little pillow with the arm in a fetal position, and when you feel ready, coming up. Close the class together. I'm gonna offer you to keep your eyes closed for these last few moments. Keeping the palm either on your knees, or you can bring the right palm on your heart, left palm on top. Connecting here with your center for hope, for peace and for love. Maybe coming back to your intention that you placed at the beginning of the class. Seeing what's changed, what's different, what's better. And just thinking that you just did this practice for yourself, for your mind and your body. And that's always something to be grateful for. No one can take that away from you. And bringing the palms in front of your forehead, reminding you to have peaceful thoughts. Bring the palms in front of your lips, reminding yourself to have peaceful words. And in front of your heart, reminding yourself to have peaceful intentions. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. I hope you liked it. I hope you feel better now and you learned something. So, yeah, thank you.